Hi, how are we? This feels weird. I've talked about this project for so long, and now I'm sitting here in front of a camera and I'm doing it. And I guess like a part of me knew I would do this eventually, but now I've actually made it this far and now I'm looking at the camera and I can't even see myself. I've tested so many times I know how I look, but what if I go through and I hate exactly how I look and then I just scrap this entire thing, but I'm not going to do that. Um, Welcome to Late Nights with Lane, the first official episode in my little makeshift podcast studio. It is very low quality. You're iPhone 13 on a tripod, and you're being recorded off of an iPhone 16. Soon to be uploaded to Spotify podcasters and synced, all on my iPad. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do after this. But we're gonna get enough out of that because, like, you guys don't want to hear about that, right? You guys want to hear about funny things that I have to say and stories I have to tell, and we'll get to that. I'm gonna talk about me a little bit first. Um, so my name is Lane. For those of you who don't know, I am 16 years old, and this is my thought dump. This is where I'm going to dump my thoughts every week on Wednesdays or Fridays. We're going to pick a day eventually. I'm going to post an episode of this, and it's going to be anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes to an hour long, however long of bullshit I can spew out of my mouth. So, I guess what I'm going to do here is I'm going to talk to you guys. Or I'm going to talk to other people, or you're just going to watch me talk, because that is what a podcast is for. And sometimes I'm like kind of confused with how these actually took up and like started, because what the fuck? How are you guys interested? It's like a one-sided FaceTime call. You know what I mean? Like, there's no one on the other end to reply to like the bullshit I'm saying. I mean, you guys have sent in questions since July, and they're finally being answered. Which, if you forgot your question, sorry, but you have to tune in and you have to find your question in the 30 minutes of this bullshit. So if you hate me, stick around. I'm sure you'll see your question. I don't know who sent these questions. These are all anonymous questions. There are plenty on Send It, but the ones I'm going to get to first when we get to that section are going to be from my notes app. So if I'm like, catch me looking at my iPad, I have an outline here just to kind of keep me on track. So yeah, this is going to be a place where I can just talk. I don't have a niche that might be setting me up for failure, but my niche would be like an advice podcast, I guess. Or I just want to talk. And I'm going to talk about pop culture. I'm going to talk about things that I like. And sometimes you guys are going to get to the questions and talk to me about things that you like, or ask me for advice, or ask me what you should do, or ask me about me, because I love to talk about me, honey. If there's one thing about me, I love me. I can talk about me all day long. Um, what else? I'm gonna I'm gonna tell other people's stories here. I want to one day be able to have a section where I can just tell one of your stories from my perspective, or not from my, but like in the way I tell stories. You'll see. Um, I'm talking about pop culture. We're gonna do multiple Q&As. Let me find on my Instagram, my Snapchat, interchangeably. And then, what else? I love pop culture, so I will be talking a lot about that. I think I saw some questions in my Q&A forum about pop culture. So, I'm definitely excited to answer those, which, yeah, I'm super excited to answer those. And just a bit more about why I started this. I personally started this podcast because for a couple months now, or I would say the last year, I have been told how much people enjoy listening to me talk. I have posted endless rants on my Snapchat story about my life on a daily basis, and people have approached me and told me how much they enjoy these. So I had two options. I vlog or I podcast. I'm going to try both, but we're doing this one first. So that's kind of why I've started this, and just so people can watch me talk for longer, watch my clips on TikTok, and if they enjoy those so much, they can come and watch the full thing. And I bet when I upload this, I'm going to get no more than 2 views. 2. And maybe if I find a fan, like a super fan, perfect, I love you so much. Maybe my friends will listen to this, who knows. Well, that's enough about me. We're going to get to the questions. What you guys want to know about me. So here is our first official Q&A section. Okay, there's one question I wanted to answer first, because a lot has happened in the last week that will tie back to this question that I want to talk about. Is there anything you wish you would have done differently in your life so far? There are multiple things I wish that I've done differently in my life thus far. I am someone who has made lots of mistakes. I've hurt people. I've been hurt. I've overreacted, probably more times than most. Um, I have, we all have, I've had not my proudest moments. But what I realized is that a really real piece of advice that somebody told me at one point in my life was, time heals all wounds. And if they're listening to this, which I'm sure they're going to hear about this, I had a really good friend whom I hurt really badly. And we didn't talk for about 4 months, and for the first couple months, I beat myself up about it, and then I got angry about it. Then I got sad about it, and then I got over it. And when I did, um, they had mentioned something to a mutual friend of ours, and I reached out, and we have now taken the steps to heal what was broken. So, if I could do anything differently, it would be to not hurt these people. It would be to not do some things that I've done in the past, which is a very broad answer, probably not what you were looking for. But I would overreact less in my life. I would just overreact less in general, and that doesn't mean I'm going to stop overreacting because that's just who I am. And I just have to learn how to differentiate what is an overreaction, what's underreaction. But I feel like all reactions are valid, even sometimes if they're not valid reactions. So yeah. So that was question 1, and we're gonna get into question 2. So here we go. Question 2, and the rest of the questions are gonna be on my phone. Okay, we're gonna rapid fire these at first. Okay. How many exes do you have? None. How often do I pray? I'm not religious. What is your biggest hot take? Ooh. I like this question. Why? I don't know. My biggest hot take that most people wouldn't agree with. I'm Team Jeremiah, and I'm fucking proud. Fuck Conrad. I'm Team Jeremiah. I will stay Team Jeremiah. All of you can hate me now. I am your local source for all Team Jeremiah. I love Team Jeremiah. That is my biggest hot take at the moment. I can't think of any other extreme hot take that I have because I am kind of basic. But the biggest hot take I have right now is that I am Team Jeremiah, and I am proud to be Team Jeremiah. Next question. What's your dream date? Sitting on the beach and drinking wine. My dream date. Cute. Sorry, I could not make that reference. My dream date is pouring rain. I want it to be pouring rain. I want us to be at a house having just dinner together, and then the thunderstorm starts and we just go out and we dance in the rain and we just make out under the That is my dream date. Is dancing in the rain, kissing in the rain. So yeah, that is my dream date. And I can't wait for it to happen one day. What is the most romantic thing that anyone has done for you? They haven't. Honest to God, they haven't done anything romantic for me. Really a lot. Which is weird because, yeah, nobody's really done anything romantic for me in my life yet. What's the last thing that gave you the ick? I get the ick a lot. I'm going to have to say, probably controversial, but what's really been giving me the ick lately is when you're using fake lashes and they're glued unevenly. That just makes me automatically judge you and dislike you even more. So yeah. What are my parents like? So my parents are divorced, actually. They divorced my freshman year, in the middle of my freshman year. They were both very laid back and chill. I actually one day, if you guys would be interested, I went to interview my mom. She has had one of the craziest lives that I've ever, when I've heard her story, and I would love to sit down and interview her. And I feel like a lot of you guys would enjoy that story too if you enjoy like crazy Reddit type stories. Hear her life. That would be a crazy episode, and I would love to make that episode. And then my dad. How do I word this about my dad without like... My dad and I are closer than we used to be. We're a lot better now. He is not much different than my mom, aside from the fact that he is a little bit stricter and a little bit meaner, but he kind of goes with the flow. Both my parents are very, very chill. I am extremely grateful for them, and I love them both. Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, love you so much. Next question. How do I feel about Huda's dance in the Love Island intro? It's diva. I love it. If I do show choir. I still can't figure out her dance. I haven't really tried it, but I would love to learn it. If any of you can do Huda's dance, please DM it to me on Instagram. I would love that. I would love to see that if you're good at it. If you're not good at it, don't do it. Next. Last thing you cried about. Okay. I don't cry often. Weird. The closer we get to the school year, I'll cry more. But the last thing I cried about would have to be my grandma passing away last month or a couple weeks ago. I would love to tell her story one day. She was the smartest woman I knew. She was an immigrant from Taiwan. And she was one of the wisest women that I knew. And that was probably like the hardest death I've had to experience in my life. So that is the last thing I've cried about. Next question. Favorite video games? The Batman Arkham series, I thoroughly enjoy. The GTA, Red Dead, pretty much any open world game with a good story, I enjoy. Or just any game with a good story in general that like is interactive enough that I can play and have fun are games that I like. So yeah. Favorite influencer, Alexandra Cooper. She inspired me to begin podcasting because I really enjoy her and listening to call her daddy once a week. So Alexandra Cooper. Favorite celebrity, Taylor Swift. Yeah, Taylor Swift. Where do you like to shop? Kohl's, also where I work. This shirt's from Kohl's. My whole outfit's from Kohl's. I love Kohl's. I do. I love Kohl's as much as middle-aged women love Kohl's. I could shop in Kohl's for hours. I don't care if you say that what they have is not cute. Yes, they do. You can make any cute outfit you want out of Kohl's for significantly cheaper. So yeah, that's why I love Kohl's. Best song of all time. Now, I thought about skipping this because I don't have a song that I think is the best song of all time. I think music is objective. I think there's no such thing as the best song of all time, which, yeah, sue me, call me weird. But I thoroughly enjoy pop music, and I think that is the best genre that's come out of music in a long time. And yeah, I've had a couple of men I've talked to be really interested in like this opium rap. I don't think that's real music. I hardly think it's rap. There's nothing about it like three-dimensional about it. It's just fuck bitches, get money, kill people. The end. And it just all sounds the same and boring. Like there's no like meaning behind the lyrics. What do my friends love about me? I don't know. I would love to know. We're going to... I want to answer that really, really bad. We're going to call one of my friends. Okay, so I'm on the podcast and I need to ask you a question, but you're at the game.
Okay, ask me.
Okay. What do you love about me?
What do I love about you?
Yes.
It's going on the podcast, so I have to be PG, but
No, you don't. The podcast is not PG. You don't have to be PG.
I don't know. I just like you're like real. Just know that, like to say what's true. Like, yeah, and you're entertaining.
Exactly. I preach truth. So, yep. Thank you, Regan. You're going to be on the first episode. Here, look. Say hi to Regan. Say hi to Regan. Okay, thank you.
Yep, bye.
Bye. I'm a real bitch, is what my friends like about me, I guess. Was it like my radio show moment? I feel like that was like a radio show moment. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I am ready for my next question. What do you think makes me a good friend? What did I exactly what Reagan just said? I'm real. I am real as fuck. That is what makes me I tell it as it is. That's what I think makes me a good friend. Did you see that Trisha Paytas named her baby Aqua? Who hasn't? And I love that baby. I love baby Aquaman. What is the biggest complaint people have about me? I'm too loud, or I talk too much, which is why I'm here, talking to you. If your ex had to give me one warning about you, what would they say? I'm crazy. I don't have an ex, but the closest thing I have to an ex, all of them would say I'm crazy. I am absolutely fucking psychotic. And that'd be the one warning about me. What are my toxic traits? I'm crazy. I'm semi-obsessive. I love to stalk your location. Like, I want to know, like, what you're doing, what's going on in your life. I guess that would be my toxic trait. I love to know. I want to know what you're doing and what's going on at all times. Favorite place to spend the weekend? My fucking bed, where I am right now. And it is currently Friday at 7:09 p.m. And I'm in my favorite place on earth, my bed. What's my favorite vacation spot? I've only been to like Florida and Georgia, and I'm about to go to Alabama this month. But where I would love to go, I'm gonna change the question because for me, I would love to go visit California. I'd love to go to LA or somewhere. It's like my dream vacation. How do you feel about TS12? I feel elated. When she announced that, I actually had a full body reaction. I wasn't okay. So that's how I feel about TS12. Will I be skipping school that Friday? More than likely, yes. More than likely, yes, to listen to that album. Well, what would be a perfect day for you? I wake up, I look at my phone, and it says school is canceled for the week. And the week after that. Yeah, perfect day. Oh, no. No. Okay. What are my pet peeves? I already mentioned one that's those lashes. When people think that they know everything, I'm kind of PMO. People who think they're better than everybody else pisses me off. People I don't like, just like if I don't like you in general, you're a pet peeve of mine. There's a reason why I don't like you. So yeah. Where did I grow up? I grew up in Ohio. If women aren't working, should I date men? Absolutely. You should date men. Give it a try. You cannot knock it till you try it. And if you regret it, just go back to women. And if you don't, all of a sudden you're this new amazing thing and it's bisexual. And now you can fuck whoever you want. You can do whatever you want with anybody. I would highly recommend. I think it's important that everybody goes through a bi-curious phase at least once in their life because you find out what you like and what you don't like, and you're not boxed into one gender. So yes, my advice is yes, date men. Who's my best friend? My best friend, her name is Ashlyn. For those of you watching, I'll put pictures of us up on the screen right now. We are in the making of a podcast, of also starting a podcast called Rice and Lavender. And we got this idea from just vlogging our hangouts. And we actually have a really good conversation. So stay tuned if we ever do start Rice and Lavender. Ashlyn, if you're watching this, die. I love you. What's the last concert you went to? Stevie Nicks in 2022. And it was one of the best concerts I've ever experienced in my entire life. What is my favorite movie of all time? I am not a movie watcher. I don't have a favorite movie of all time. But if I have to pick one, it's going to be Star Wars or Revenge of the Sith. Am I open to dating right now? If the right person comes along, absolutely. I'm not gonna push anybody away. I'm not very lonely, but like, if it works out, if the right person comes in, it works out, and we work out, then yes, I'm open to dating right now. What do I spend the most money on? TaylorSwift.com. Her merch, her vinyls, that's what I spend the most money on, and I don't regret. Maybe one day on my vlog channel we'll do a Taylor Swift merch haul if you guys would be interested in that. How do you feel about Taylor Swift and the Scooter Braun situation? Scooter Braun is a loser, lameo, bitch boy who probably has a small penis and thinks that owning a woman's music makes him better than everybody else, when really his marriage fell apart and now Justin Bieber's not his client anymore and he's overall just a lame ass dude. That's what I think about Scooter Braun. Fuck you, Scooter. My least favorite Taylor Swift song. Everybody says this. I just never listen to this one. It's gonna be The Manuscript. It's like the lamest song I've heard on an album in a while. Yeah, The Manuscript. And the final question. What is the craziest thing you've overheard that you definitely weren't supposed to know? Okay. I love telling the story. So the craziest thing that I've overheard, in my opinion, is just things I have heard on the risers at choir. Like, freshman year, I heard one of the popular boys in front of me was talking about how he had a girlfriend. And now this is forever the crazy thing I've heard, how he had a girlfriend. But he has been cheating on her with multiple other women, one of them being her best friend. And then he's also DMing one of my friends on TikTok. And he's just talking. And then he has a girlfriend who he's cheating on, but then he's talking shit about my friend who doesn't know he has a girlfriend. Then I found out that he's talking to her through there and he's talking shit about her. So I told her and it caused a bunch of drama. But yeah, just hearing the popular boys on the risers at choir is one of my favorite things to overhear on a daily basis, honestly. So yeah, that is the craziest thing I've overheard. Thank you guys for tuning in to my yap session. If you've made it this far, you're practically my new best friend. And I will see you all next Friday. Make sure you follow all of my official Late Nights with Lane's accounts. We have a TikTok, we have an Instagram, we have a YouTube, which is we posted on shortly, hopefully tonight. This has been so much fun. Thank you for watching or listening to the first official episode of Late Nights with Lane. Thanks for staying up with me.